What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TCG Madness. I'm back bringing you 5 more examples of cards that I think you should go out and buy as PSAs right now. What I'm trying to tell you is, instead of buying these cards raw, spending the extra capital to send them off to PSA, wait for all that turnaround, I think it might just be better to buy these 5 cards directly at the source, directly go to eBay, buy them up right now as PSA 9s, and I think this will be an excellent way to start and grow your collection. So real quick, I've done enough of these videos to kind of know the gist of this, so please just do me the big favor right now. Please hit that like button. If you're new, consider hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to also hit that notification bell so you guys never miss when I drop a video, and comment down below what your favorite card from this list is. Got a bunch of content coming out next week, so I wanted to drop at least 2 more videos of talking about cards, raw cards versus the PSA 9s, and cards that I definitely think you should just go out and buy as PSA 9s right now. Let's head over to TCG Player and kick off the list. All right, we're now here at TCG Player. Again, I got 5 examples of cards that I think you should go out and buy as PSA, specifically talking about PSA 9s. And why do I talk about PSA 9s so much? Because the raw card pricing and the PSA 9s are virtually the same thing, as you will see in the 5 examples that I have. And these aren't just some random examples. These are cards that I definitely think over the course of 5-10 years will definitely get you a good ROI, return on your investment. Buy the cards up now as PSA 9s. Wait 5-10 years, I think these cards will only gain in value. So kicking things off, the first card on this list, we have Gengar from Lost Origin. Lost Origin, a older set, starting to almost hit that, what I think most collectors would consider that vintage set, right? These are all going to eventually be the next vintage sets, right? Right now, I think the vintage sets will be anything from Sun and Moon all the way down to XY and all the way anything below that as well, too. So we're starting to get to that new age as more people are starting to enter in this space. So Gengar, Lost Origin, price $34.67, or in this case, $27.73. But if you just take a look, there's a lot of cards just in that 26, 25, 28 range. So what does PSA 9 have to offer for us directly at the source? This card right here is a little bit of an outlier. This guy, I'm sure someone got into a bidding war. But if you just take a look right down here at August 27, 39, 39, 43, 40, 40, 39, 50. This looks like someone submitted a best offer and was accepted. 34 here, 55. So you can see anywhere between, honestly, $50 to $45, right? Anywhere between that range, from 45 all the way to about that $50, $55 range. So again, you can buy yourself a $27 Gengar. Again, Gengar, very popular among the Pokemon community, or for just an extra like $10, almost $15, and sometimes even less than that, if you can really get, like this guy got $39.99. You can just get yourself a PSA 9 from an older set. By the way, a lot of people really like this older art style, to this trainer gallery style. So I think this trainer, as we get away from this and Pokemon continues to evolve their cards and their artwork, this will, at some point, people will look back and be like, hey man, this was really cool back in the day. We had the yellow borders, remember that? That just kind of happens among collectors. So people like to collect what is old, not what is new, right? So again, PSA 9, pretty good right there. Next card on the list is a card that I'm definitely heavily favored. This might be my like 1A option on this list out of all the 5 examples. This is Starmie V, also known as Misty Starmie right here, right? Beautiful looking card. This card has never really dropped in value. This is from Astral Radiance, again, the Trainer Gallery collection. And you will really just see, like, it always just hovered in the last 3 months from 87. I mean, let's just go back a year, realistically speaking. A year from 50, then it peaked right here at 90, almost cracking. Did it crack 100? It did crack 100 at one point. And then you can see as we start to peak a little bit off, and now drop back down to 80 and back up to 97. So you can see this thing is just going to, I think, hover over that 80, 90, $100 range. There is no reason to believe, by the way, in the next 5-10 years, this card won't be $100+ minimum. So let's take a look at PSA 9. So PSA 9, we got about $100 card. PSA 9, 125, 102, 109, 92, 100. What else we got? We got 110, 109, 109, 96. Is that a PSA 8? That's a PSA 9. Okay, PSA 9. Making sure I don't want to give bad information. 92.50 directly from PSA, $90, 97. So again, you can buy yourself a $97 card, or for virtually the same price in a couple of these examples, you can just get yourself a PSA 9 Starmie V from Astral Radiance. A great set, by the way, a set that has looked, I mean, if you look at some of the cards in this set, there's some really good cards in this set. Again, we're getting away from this set. So again, there's no reason to believe that, 5-10 years, this won't be a normal price, that it'll be like $115 minimum. PSA 9s will be like $130 or something like that. So a really good card. This will be my 1A on the list for sure. Next up is a card that I definitely think, as far as promos go, is just looked back as one of the best promos. This is the Charmander from Scarlet and Violet, the ETB promo card. Just a really funny looking card. He's just so angry at that damn Pidgey, man. It's just such a funny card. Again, this is where Pokemon really start to step up with their promos and their ETBs, doing really good work. And I think the promos from the from Scarlet and Violet set it's just going to be looked back on the Magneton, the Charmander, the Snorlax, Pikachus. Just some really strong promos from this set. So kudos to Pokemon for really taking a step up. Kingdra, Greninja, just some really good ones. Last 3 months, it was $17, and this card has just nothing but shot up. I do think, though, I will put a little bit of an asterisk on this card. I do think this card's going to come back down just a little bit. I do expect this card to come back down to the $20, $25 range. But if you take a look at PSA 9s, they're also going strong as well. So we see a card at $34. For $10 more, you can get yourself a PSA 9, which is why I said I'm going to put a little asterisk on this card. Maybe just wait and see if you guys get lucky and this card comes back down to like that $20, $25, $30 range, and see if PSA 9s come down with it. If they hold steadily, that probably tells you that this card is just going to keep holding its value. 45, 44, 45, 50, 48, 44, 45, 50, 47. You guys get the gist, right? For just $10 more, you can get yourself a PSA 9. And again, I think as far as promos go, I think this is one of the stronger promos that came out of this set. I probably would say Greninja and the Kingdra are the 1 and 2s. I probably would put Charmander 3, Snorlax 4, and maybe one of the Pikachus with the new gen starters on there. Just again, Scarlet and Violet, some very strong promos, guys. Maybe take a look at some of those promos as well. So that's a good card on this list. The next one is from a newer set, Misty's Lapras. Now, I took a look at this card last month, or maybe it was last month, a couple of weeks ago, almost a month ago, probably like 3 weeks ago, I'll say. PSA 9s were like really hot on this card. I mean, I was going to put it on the list, but they were like $25, $30 off from the raw price. So the raw price was still $30 at the time, and like $34, I think, ish. And the PSA 9s were going for like $60, $65. I'm like, well, that kind of escapes my whole point of view, right? You know, to buy the card raw, spend an extra $20 and get back PSA 9, maybe PSA 10, right? That's kind of what I try to look at it. Now we're singing a different tune. I think more and more people are starting to get their PSA back, and the population report, I'm guessing, is starting to get heavily flooded. So Misty's Lapras from Destined Rivals, pretty much a new set. I think all the cards from Destined Rivals you really can't go wrong on. And you can see this card has a lot of ebbs and flows. I mean, this is like, man, if you were having a heart attack, this is what your EKG would look like. Really, really bad joke, sorry. Bad joke. But that's pretty much just a lot of ups and downs, up and downs, up and downs, but pretty much holding steadily around that $30 range. PSA 9s now, boy, let me tell you. I mean, first of all, Japanese cards too, guys. I have some extra bonuses for the next couple of cards in the Japanese, but take a look at Japanese as well. From PSA 9s and 10s, they're about $10 to $20 off from the actual value of the English set. So maybe if you're into that kind of stuff, maybe really take a look at that. I know Japanese people are definitely eating well right now. But PSA 9s in English, 40, 69. That's what the normal price was a couple of weeks ago, by the way. I saw a lot of this. But now, 45, 45, 40, 39, 46. What do we got here? Wow, 1250. Oh my lord, someone really won that one. Not a whole lot, as you guys can see. So it looks like this card's starting about to be even with its, you know, raw price and the PSA 9 price. They're probably about to be even out here, as you're seeing some really, really strong listings here of being sold. So for $30 card here, you can literally just buy, for a couple dollars more, you can just buy yourself a PSA 9, or I think in the one case right here, pretty much virtually the same price as the raw card. Little extra bonus here, a little daily double for you guys. PSA 10 in Japanese, I just spoke about Japanese, right? 52, 49, 40, 51, 74, 65, 60. So if you maybe want to, if you're someone who's like, listen, I care about PSA 10s only. I also like Japanese artwork. Well, great news for you. To shell out just a couple more bucks, you can get yourself a PSA 10. And I gotta be honest, it's just different, you know, English writing and Japanese writing on the card. The artwork is still the same, guys. So something I'm definitely gonna start taking a look at a little bit more. Speaking of some newer sets, we have the last card on this list. We have N's Zoroark EX. This is from Journey Together. Journey Together is been printed into an Oblivion, is being graded into an Oblivion. Really check out Journey Together as PSA 9s. You will find some really good, strong listings. This card, $48, is on the decline, by the way. 3 months ago, this card was selling at $82. It is on the strong decline, because like I mentioned, this set is being printed into an Oblivion. I'm totally okay with that. PSA 9s, $58. $42. So again, this card's already $48. Someone actually won this listing right here. Cheaper than what the raw card price is. That's incredible. 49, 45, 54, 57. What else we got? That's an outlier. That's also a different Japanese. So that's about it. There's only a couple of listings, but you guys can see even with just a few listings and some few sold listings, this card's looking pretty good. I would highly recommend checking this card out. I told you Starmie would be my one option. This is my number 2 option because this is a very high valued card from Journey Together. I believe this is like the 3rd or 4th best card from Journey Together. This was definitely looked as one of the chase pulls. And again, I do have a bonus for you guys. Japanese PSA 10s. You guys can see 58, 70, 57, 73. I'll be the first to admit 65. I'll be the first to admit I was definitely sleeping on the Japanese cards. I would definitely start taking a look at some of these, especially because it seems like, you know, this Pokemon run is just not going away anytime soon. I still can't find product on any shelves in Targets or Walmart, and when I walk into my locals or go to a card show, they are still doubling and tripling the prices for ETBs and every other day products like booster boxes and ETBs. I'm not paying that, so I'm doing it like this way. Growing my collection this way. Buying the cards just straight up either as PSAs already or buying some really good vintage cards that are raw to send off to PSA. That's going to do it for me. That's it for the list. Let me know what your favorite card was. I would not sleep on the Japanese cards now. I mean, I was definitely sleeping on them. I did not know that PSA 10s were going for this price. That's a really good sign. So something I'm definitely going to take a look at. That's going to do it for me. If you made it this far in the video, please do me the big favor. Hit that thumbs up button for me. That's all I really ask for. If you're new, consider hitting that subscribe button. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you guys next time.